Hello, everybody. I'm doing this short video to basically describe how the online portion of our class is going to be run and some of the changes that are going to be happening. Okay, so let me go through some of those changes. Okay, so the first big change is now there is no longer a final exam for the class, right? So, like the midterm we just had, there was previously supposed to be a final exam version of that, but that's no longer, right? There's no more final exam. So that's, I think, probably good news in terms of the views of students. So instead, what's happening? So instead of the final exam, really now the class is going to be run week by week. So rather than thinking about collecting all of this information for the final at the end of the semester, now you want to be thinking about it, oh, I'm doing everything, I'm going to be doing something every week. And so you have to really kind of shift gears and say, okay, every week I'm going to be doing, some work. And then if I do that, then by the end of the semester, I'm fine. So really the change in structure is now doing the class week by week. So let me now switch to showing you on this video what the Moodle site looks like and how you do it weekly. So let me now switch over. Okay, so hopefully you should see here the top of our of the Moodle site. So you scroll down a little bit and you have some things at the top, right? You have the revised syllabus, which you should look at, and then other kind of documents, right? So summary of the online reading discussions, all that other stuff. Then what you want to do is you go down to the week that we're in, right? So this week is week 8, right? Monday, March 23rd to Sunday, March 29th. Next week will be week 9, and week after that, week 10, right? And so each week you're going to log in and go to the week that we're now in, right? So this week is week 8. And so what are you going to do each week, right? So the first thing you do is you do the readings, right? So here we see the readings for this week, right? So we got Merton, we got Marcuse, the One-Dimensional Man, and we got Harbaugh. So it lists out the readings, right? So you do those readings, right? You go get your textbook, or it might be a PDF, and you read the readings for that week. So that's the first thing you do. Second thing you do is you can do a reading discussion. Okay. All right, so you can do a reading discussion, right? So you've done the readings, great. Now you do a reading discussion. So now you just have to do 4 of these by the end of the semester, right? So if you have done 4 before spring break, now you just have to do 4 more. You can do 2 a week. So it's really up to you what you want to do, right? You can do both in a week. You could do 2 a week and then skip a week. You could do one every week for 4 weeks. You can do 1 a week, skip a week, do 1 a week, right? It's up to you. All you have to do is just really get 4 of these done by the end of the semester. So if you remember, right, what you do is you click on this. What you do is you write a summary of the reading, right? So you would write a summary of the Merton reading. Then you would ask a question at the end, and then you would respond to somebody else's question, right? Another student's question, right? Okay, let's say that you did not do 4 before spring break. Let's say that you did 2. Now you have to make up for what you didn't do before spring break. Now you have to do 6, right? And so at the end of the day or the end of the semester, what you have to get to is you have to get to 8 reading discussions in total. So if you did 4 before spring break, you just have to do 4 more. If you did 2 before spring break, you have to do 6 more. If you did 0 before spring break, now you got to do 8 more, right? And so your end goal is to get to 8 of these reading discussions by the end of the semester, right? And so if you did 4 before spring break, all you have left is 4 more to go, right? And so you can just do 1 a week, skip a week, up to you, just kind of making sure that you get to 4. Okay, great. All right, so you did the readings. You did the reading discussion. What do you do now? What you do now is you look at the video lectures. So to do the video lectures, you first want to get a handout, right? So you download the handout, and then you go with your handout to the lecture, right? And so this is going to be a YouTube link to a video of me going through the lecture. So let's see how that works. All right, so link a new tab. And then it opens up, and then you click on YouTube. And there I am, right? A YouTube video of me, going through the lecture, right? They're typically going to be about 40 minutes long, and you really, again, you want to have the handout in front of you so that you can follow along and get what I'm talking about. Okay, so you did the readings, you did a reading discussion, you got both the handouts, and you did both the lecture. Now, what do you do to finish off? So, because now that there's no longer a final exam, it has been replaced with what are weekly journal posts, right? So you click on the by, and you want to do this by Sunday night by 11 p.m., right? So you can figure out when you want to do this all by, but you just have to do it by Sunday, right, by the end of the week. And what it does is you have 1 hour to write about 250 words, 250 to 300 words, similar to the reading discussion posts, answering a question, right? So when you click on here, it will pose a question about the videos, right? And so you have to watch the videos before to be able to answer the question, and then you write out in your words, answering the questions. Right? And so they're kind of like mini little essays that you do, right? Not really essays, but mini little posts. And so you will do this each week from week 8 to week 13, and that basically replaces your final exam, right? And so that's really shifting it from week to week. So yes. So that's basically the idea, right? So now it's shifting week to week. The final exam has been replaced by those weekly journal posts. Okay, what about the one exception I talked about at the start? So there's one exception to this whole process of week to week assignments. The one assignment that you still have that's due at the end of the semester is your term paper, right? And so you still have that due, right? So let me go back to the Moodle site. Okay, so there it is right there, right? So you selected your book. Now you want to do a 1.5 page summary of the first half of the book, and you want to do that by next Sunday. So not this Sunday coming up, but next Sunday. So Sunday, April 6th. And basically, if you turn that 1.5 page summary, you get a full credit for that part of the paper. I think it's about 2.5%, if I remember the syllabus correctly. So if you do that, you summarize the first half, you kind of get 100% for that, and then you're going to hand in the final term paper on May 6th, right? Wednesday, May 6th. And I think in the revised syllabus, I pushed that back to the Sunday. And so if you want to see a description of that term paper, right, you can go here, summary of the term paper at the top of the Moodle site. So that is basically the class, the online portion of class in a nutshell. If anybody has any questions, really feel free to ask me. I know this is a big switch for everybody. I'm here to help. I want to see everybody pass this class. So I'm really here to kind of help everybody really try to achieve that. I hope everybody is doing well and that you and your families are safe.